Look at that good job we did getting that live thing going. Okay.
All right.
Well, I guess there's no time like the present to... There's no time like the present to welcome everybody to the world's greatest action sports podcast, a.k.a. the Monday M.A.S.S, also known as an action sports podcast about nothing.
Are we
I
in it?
am Chris Coté.
Hi. I didn't realize
Who are you?
I didn't realize we were doing this. My name is Todd.
Did you hear how official?
Richards.
That was one of the most official starts we've ever had.
I know, and that's why I wasn't ready.
You're like, what the hell is he talking
usually
about?
what I do is I go live.
You want to go live?
I'm going to.
Well, we'll wait for you.
How do you do it again?
You just go live.
Okay.
Just hit live on the phone.
Okay, cool. Here we go.
Wow, we've got a big show going on today. Big show. You need something?
Nope, I don't need
You
shit.
got something?
I don't need Johnny shit.
Johnny Hammersticks is going to hold Todd's phone. The Monday M.A.S.S with Chris Coté and Todd Richards, May 15th, 2023. On this episode of the world's greatest action sports podcast, Chris and Todd will talk about stuff.
Various things. Chris, let's start.
We're gonna do this ad block.
No, wait.
What?
This is the pre-ad block conversation. You know, just jump into the ad block.
Oh, I didn't have that on my
You
script.
have like a
Pre-block.
So, you know how like
What?
there's like those things that show up in social media, like more specifically Twitter, where it's like, this is the post something that like freaked you out as a kid.
Yeah.
So I saw one today.
Okay.
And it resonated with me. What movie scene fucked you up as a kid, and like continues to fuck you up as a kid? As an adult, like it traumatized you so badly as a child that it still like lingers.
I have two that come to mind immediately. The scene in Indiana Jones where the guys kidnap Indy's girl in the market. I used to have reoccurring nightmares of being kidnapped.
Really?
In the same way, being thrown in a basket and carried away from my mom. That was one, and then the other one, I would say kind of this is a mix. You've got many of the scenes in Poltergeist, and you've got Alien, where we see the alien
burster.
come out of the chest, the original chest explosion. So those are three that have messed me up for life.
My earliest one is Wizard of Oz and the fucking flying monkeys and the witch.
They messed you up,
dude. Like as a child, like as like a 5-year-old.
So wait, when were you born? Because that movie came out in like 1942.
Yeah, but it's like
you weren't at like the movie theater.
No, I didn't go to the theater to see it.
Okay, this is on TV. Or
yeah,
something.
like that screwed me up, and then The Exorcist, where like her head spins around.
Yeah, the head.
Those are like two. I don't know. I just thought that was interesting because some people were like putting, like, not Never-Ending Story. What's Legend? You know that one, Legend? I think
with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, wait. Was Tom Cruise in Legend?
Yeah.
Is that the one the horse is in the mud and it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and like there's like.
No, Atreyu is Never-Ending Story.
Atreyu. Oh yeah. What's the one with like the white horse is like drowning in the mud?
Legend.
Okay, and then like it's like the
unicorn.
That like you think about that, and oh yeah, Time Bandits fucked me up too. But
Time Bandits.
But that Legend movie, it's got some really. It's like billed as like a kids movie, but there's like fucked up shit in that. Like the devil at the end is crazy looking.
With his dick.
What?
Oh, you don't. I'm thinking of a different devil.
I don't know.
Big red.
I don't know. Clifford the Big Red Penis.
The Monday M.A.S.S is presented by RationAle. At RationAle, the world's greatest non-alcoholic craft beverage, 4 flavors. New England that you should try. It's really good.
I'm still trying to figure out how you said dick when I was like talking about a devil.
The devil's dick. The devil's brass penis is
that
a saxophone.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know. I thought I remembered that scene as the devil revealing himself to Tom Cruise with his dong and a horse or something. I could be wrong. Anyway, RationAle is the best craft non-alcoholic beer. 4 flavors to choose from. You've got the Mexican lager. You've got the IPA. You've got the kind of tangy, hoppy one. You've got them all to choose from. And we had a bunch of people tried them at the Lucating over the weekend at a little festival up here. Every single person loved them. RationAle is the best. Hanson Surfboards at Hanson Surfboards. OGs in the game, past, present, and future. They have everything you need, Todd. Tell me about your underwear, Todd. And you can get these underwear at Hanson, by the way.
My underwear are Beneath Apparel.
Always.
BN3TH. At BN3TH. They are great underwear. Just I'm wearing jeans today. Like, I tried. Today's like a I haven't worn jeans in like.
You are in jeans.
I haven't worn jeans in 4 years. Don't like it.
Todd's jeans.
I'm not. There's a reason why I haven't worn jeans.
But
the underwear.
Could you imagine not wearing Beneath Apparel underwear now at this point after wearing them for this long?
No, they're great.
I can't either.
They're great. I've worn some competing brands, and I'm not feeling them.
Yeah. Throw them away.
You ever wore jean underwear?
Jean on jean. Jorts underwear. No, we always wear Beneath. Pedal Electric at pedal.electric. These are the best e-bikes in the business. All of our sponsors are the best, including Bubs Naturals, Collagen, MCT Brain Oil, hydration. These are all things that we use to extend our active lifestyles. That's the simplest terms. I don't know the science behind these things, but it works, Todd.
Mm-hmm.
Like Bachan's natural.
Look at
Bachan's natural Japanese barbecue sauce.
Natural.
Is it natural?
Naturally occurring.
That's
nature.
a nice hoodie.
It's a good hoodie, huh?
You get a new hoodie, huh?
Bachan's has merch, dude.
Did they send you 2 of those or just
No, just one.
Just one?
No, I got this a long time ago.
Okay.
But yeah, Bachan's Japanese barbecue sauce. We used it last night.
On what?
We made chicken katsu.
For Mother's Day.
Yes.
Did you make the mother of your children cook the
No.
chicken katsu, or
What the
you
hell
cook
kind
it?
of Mother's Day is that?
I'm just asking, dude. I don't know. Sometimes some mothers are treated to double the workload on Mother's Day.
That was.
Oh, you're so good at being a mother?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now you have more to do.
It's a bunch of bullshit.
Panic and coffee and tea?
Panic and coffee tea just came from there.
Did you have enough?
I did.
When's it gonna kick in?
What are you talking about?
I'm up here. And you're here.
All right, just
Caffeine wise.
stop.
New Greens
New Greens.
and Pure Prescriptions, both of them.
Both of them. I don't know how anything gets done at that business because the owner's out there surfing with me in the morning.
Well, I sent a video to New Greens and Pure Prescriptions, basically celebrating.
Devin walks the walk.
He does walk the walk. I was celebrating the fact that I haven't been sick since I started my daily routine of Pure Prescriptions Immune multivitamins, Perfect Immune, zinc, and vitamin D. Those 4, two of each, I believe. I haven't been sick in like 6 months.
6 feet to stop the spread. Oh wait, is it 2 weeks?
7 vitamins to stop the thing. DiecutStickers.com. You know we've got them. How do we get them to you?
Yeah.
Who wants them?
If you guys come
We've
here,
got a
it makes it way
million
easier if you
stickers.
guys just like come here.
If you just like wave Todd off the freeway, pull over. He'll come.
All right, go. What else we got?
We got surf news brought to you by Hanson Surfboards. Todd, the Boost Mobile Pro at Snapper Rocks was sick.
Waves were good.
I watched a lot of it. I can honestly say, and I've said this before, I think the Challenger Series events, when there's waves and when you have the highest level of competitors, are more entertaining than championship tour events.
Well, I think
That's what I think.
I don't know why.
Entertainment.
I don't know why Snapper Rocks isn't on the CT anymore.
So as a regular footer who likes
Dreamy.
fun waves,
The dreamiest of dreamy,
yeah,
relatable surfing.
I mean, almost zero consequence surfing.
Have you?
You can fall on your board
you've
and stuff,
surfed there,
but
right?
these waves are just buttery.
You've surfed there, right?
I've surfed there. I've paddled there. I've been snaked there. I've.
Is the crowd? The crowd is that bad, huh?
It's probably one of the gnarliest crowds in the world, because at most breaks, let's say most marquee spots around the world, you know, Malibu, Rincon, Jeffreys Bay, I would assume, you know, like big breaks, you're going to have about half the crowd that probably doesn't know necessarily what they're doing. But you go to Snapper, you go to a lot of spots in Australia.
Everybody rips.
There's like 90-year-old dudes out there doing full snaps.
That's so
And
sick.
9-year-olds. You got a 9-year-old girl dropping in on you doing a big ol' air, and then you got a 90-year-old dude dropping in on her doing a big ol' snap. So everybody rips. And everybody was ripping in that event. It was super fun to watch. I feel like just seeing that mix up of styles. You got 4 unique surfers in the water from all over the world. So you're going to see different surfing, and you're going to see a lot of surfing. So you have more repetition in waves being ridden, which I love. Of course, you have the location. It was sunny. I mean,
It was
how do you
perfect.
describe that?
Super
The
good.
color of the water,
Just
vibrant blue, azure.
azure.
Beautiful. It was beautiful.
It was awesome.
And everybody was ripping. We saw some new names rising up.
You know what I did see? I saw early on in the early rounds. I watched. I haven't really heard very much of Hiroto Ohara since he won
The U.S. Open.
the U.S. Open like
Yeah.
years ago.
Bought
and
the cars.
Yeah, but I watched him surf one of the early heats. Dude, he is like his form is like
Yeah.
impeccable.
The
Surfed really well.
the well of surfers, male and female, runs so deep, and it's very evident when you watch these Challenger Series events. You got Sammy Pupo and India Robinson winning men's and women's. They were both just going off. No easy heats throughout this whole thing. Here's some of the other standouts that made it pretty obvious that they should most likely get to or belong on the championship tour. Imai Kalani Duvall, Crosby Colapinto, Jet Schilling, Edgar Grogia, Jorgen Kuzene, Jacob Wilcox, Emrod. And for the women, I mean, Steph Gilmore on her new Dark Arts board.
I like my dark arts board now.
You like it now? Okay. See, I knew
Finally
you would.
got waves. Now I like it. I
Yeah.
think the dents are a little bit bigger.
Yeah, so it was just announced right before this Challenger Series event that Dark Arts and DHD are now working together. That means we get to bring Steph to the dark side, and she was ripping on her Dark Arts DHD. Other surfers that were fun to watch: Sawyer Lindblad got second, Sally Fitz, nice form. Bachan Fierro, Nixie Ryan, a new name to me. Sierra Kerr was absolutely ripping. The only reason Sierra Kerr got knocked out of that event is because she went up against Stephanie Gilmore, who was on her new Dark Arts DHD.
Right, but also like I heard that it wasn't that drastic. Like Steph's definitely
no.
taking this one.
No.
It was like Sierra was putting the squeeze on her.
Yeah, Sierra's not a novelty anymore. She's not a kid that rips. She is a full force in competitive surfing. We always knew how good she was at airs and all that, but she is now a contest killer. And she, along with all those other names that we listed, are now heading over to Narrabeen, a.k.a. North Narra, mate. How come it's okay for us, or is it okay for us to be doing Australian accents?
Is it though?
I don't know.
Who says it's okay?
I don't know. I hope it's okay. May 17th through the 24th, the Challenger Series heads to Narra. This is a left wedge, and it's called the GWM Sydney Surf Pro. So that's where the Challenger Series peeps are heading. The CT surfers will be headed to the Basin. The Surf Ranch Pro is up next. The field of men has been culled to the top 20, and this is now a calculated sprint to the final 5. For the women, they have been cut to 10. Your top 5 men going into the Surf Ranch Pro: Joao, Felipe, Robbo, Griff, Ethan Ewing, John Medina right behind him. For the women, Tyler Wright's in the top spot. Carissa, Molly Picklum, Caroline Marks, Katie Simmers with Steph and Tati and Lakey right there in the mix. Jack Robinson will be back after an injury. So the question is, will these surfers finally take advantage of this high-tech wonder
Does Kelly
and
get
do something?
Does Kelly get a wild card for that one?
Yeah.
He does.
Well, he got a wild card for the rest of the year.
Okay.
Do you think any of these surfers will take advantage of this high-tech wonder and actually do some tricks? Will they do some stuff?
What's the point if they don't?
Exactly.
I mean, the whole you know my opinion on this on the surf ranch. It's a novelty.
Well, people complain about it, and I think that's the surfer's fault.
What is?
Well, it's here's why. I see it as twofold. This wave is designed for people to get barreled. It's a perfect wave, turn, air, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that putting it this late in the year on the calendar basically strips away a lot of the opportunity that we have for surfers to innovate and try new things because they need results. So
So you don't think anyone's going to take a risk?
I don't think there's going to be a lot of risk taking. Maybe early on, I hope. But, you know, I saw a few waves at Snapper that if you would take that wave and put it at the surf ranch, it would be insane. Like alley-oop, snap, frontside air, you know? Like I saw a lot of combos like that. So bring those combos to the ranch, people.
Yeah, but
do something.
The thing is, though, the surf ranch is like so predictable. It's like, okay, well, here comes the barrel section. They're gonna stall in the barrel. How long are they in the barrel? Can I see? Oh, I just see their nose, and they're gonna come out of the barrel, and they're gonna do one snap, and then maybe a wrap to finish it off. Maybe they did a reverse at the top. It's just so predictable.
Well,
it's like,
how could they fix that? If the judges have
I don't know.
a meeting?
It's the way that I look at it is it's kind of like I compare it to like when snowboarding got real fucking stale. When it was like, here's the FIS qualifying slopestyle course. It's 3 jumps, 2 rails. Everyone's gonna do the same fucking shit.
Right.
And it's just boring. There's no like room for you to like
Be creative.
and it's not like the ocean's going to give you weird, you know how the ocean can kind of sometimes give you double ups and weird sections. It's not going to do that. So it's like you're basically just looking at who's going to do the most predictable surfing on the predictable section.
Well, I remember a couple years ago before the event started, Griffin Colapinto had a wave on video. He did a snap, blew his tail, and came down and was going backwards.
Yeah,
or
and then
faking,
got
barreled,
barrel. Yeah,
came out.
Yeah.
That
That's
type
cool.
of shit should be rewarded.
It's very rare though.
Yeah,
that
I think
happens.
if the judges like put their feet down and just said, "Look, you're not gonna win.
Just get weird.
If you do the same turn in the same barrel.
What about
you
like
gotta get weird.
what about like falls don't count? Like if you really want to push a progression, right? Like so everyone, so if you're looking at like a judging criteria that like what we want to do here is we want to push the envelope of surfing, and we have this wave that is the same every single time. It's going to give you guys a section. Let's say you try something crazy, land that, and fall in the next turn. You know what I mean? Like because you've landed it, and like let's say like Griffin Colapinto comes out, does this crazy snap, blows his tail out, comes in reverse, gets a barrel, kind of comes out of the barrel, you know, goes into the barrel switch, comes out normal, and then like falls on a cutback. Like you shouldn't be like, don't dock anybody. Like that would give people the incentive to like push a little harder.
Like if it was more of a jam and they got more.
Not a jam
waves.
because a jam doesn't really jams don't like work.
But I mean, you know, like because in how it exists now is like you get 2 waves.
Right, but you
You don't want to waste a wave.
But what if you structured it like you've got, you know how like they structure it with like a session there where like there's somebody inside you. So if you fall, the person can pick up and like run with the rest of your wave.
Oh,
and
like
it's
stacked.
Yeah, like they're
kinda
stacked
heats.
and overlap. So like you can steal the heat from somebody if they fall.
I like that.
Yeah. So it puts a little bit more of like I don't know, like a little bit more excitement. Like you can't fall.
Yeah.
Don't frickin' fall. Don't surf this thing safe. But you also, if you fall, he has a chance to steal.
Right.
It's kind of like a game show.
Yeah. I like that, and I think there are changes in the works to the format, which I don't
Also,
know
it
exactly yet.
shouldn't be on the. I mean, that should be a high dollar contest by itself.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, no, I
shouldn't
can see
have
that.
points.
An invitation type of thing.
Yeah.
Where you get to have
Like here's the
Chippa
deal.
Wilson versus Ethan Ewing.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Well, we're on to
Cool.
something here. But
Alright.
either way, it's happening, and you can buy tickets now. It's a good place to see these surfers up close.
And if you buy tickets, you just need to know that you are not going to surf the wave pool, even though you're in the grounds.
you can swim in the lake next door to it
Are there leeches?
and sup in it. No, not that I know of.
Mhm.
South Swell season is here, and
Today it feels like it was opening day on South Swell season.
it was kind of opening day on South Swell season. I forget. I just was on YouTube this morning on my TV at home, and I popped something on that said South Swell season. It was a Surfline static cam, but it was switching back and forth from like lowers to wherever, it was just switching to a bunch of breaks. It was pretty
Mhm.
cool. And then that led me down a path of surfing ASMR. Have you ever seen that? It's just big, beautiful waves from all over, and
They
there's
have
gentle music
there
in
is
the
a
background.
surfing ASMR.
Yeah.
My favorite
It's
surfing
pretty cool.
ASMR is not an intentional surfing ASMR. It's Surfers of Bali YouTube.
I watched that too.
Dude, it's like it's just
I watched that
it's
too.
just the natural sounds, and you watch people surf Karamas, and you get to see
And they look so happy.
Rio Aida just fuck that place up. There's so many good kids
Yeah.
that are coming out of that zone.
Yeah, it's fun to
and-
watch.
and it's just fun to watch. I don't know. I want to surf there, but I don't really want to travel there.
Did you see the meme that showed like the various beanies? I think it was Kook of the Day.
Yes,
So
San-
name
that's-
this beanie.
that's like Santa Cruz.
All right, and then we go. What's this?
What's that beanie? That's the Newport.
Ventura.
Oh yeah, Ventura.
I guess yeah.
The
and then
Encinitas one is a straight yarmulke.
That
It's like doesn't there's like applies no heat. to
I
your head.
never know how to wear my beanie. Anyway, sad news, but a great time to reflect and celebrate an absolute icon of surfing, Dane Kealoha, surfing icon known for his power, prowess, and innovation. When I was a kid growing up, when you thought of who is the gnarliest Hawaiian surfer out there, Dane Kealoha came up on that top of that list more often than not. 64 years old. He passed away peacefully with his family after a battle with cancer. Survived by his mom, 2 brothers, 4 sons, 3 daughters, 2 grandchildren. His professional career was interesting because he was always known as the guy at Backdoor. He actually invented the pig dog tube stance.
Really?
Yeah, so
I did
he
not know that.
invented that way to ride the barrel.
Listen to that, kids.
So obviously, changed surfing in many different ways. Always considered one of the greatest Hawaiian surfers, if not one of the greatest surfers of all time. So do yourself a favor, go on YouTube today, after this show, of course, and check out some Dane Kealoha footage. I know Wave Warriors has a lot of great Dane stuff in it, and just we lost a giant of surfing. And I wouldn't say underappreciated because everybody knows that Dane was the man. What else we got? You see Slater surfing the Waikai standing wave on Oahu.
I'm so fascinated by this wave.
I want to ride it.
I mean, it looks. I DM'd Nathan Fletcher posted some stuff a little while
Yeah,
ago.
Nathan was on the session. Ross Williams, Slater,
I
Nathan.
DM'd Nathan. I'm like, is it like
Laser.
surfing like the old Flow Rider? And they're like, and he's like, no, it's more like surfing kind of like a river wave. Like you do get more traction. You remember the Flow Rider was like you were just slipping the
Flow
whole time.
Rider, I would say, is way more like skimboarding and snowboarding
Kind of.
because of what you're doing with your edge.
Right. But this is like you engage the fins and can like.
Yeah, this is more.
I want to try it.
I think Flow Rider is more horizontal, where this is more forward facing.
Yeah, because you have to.
You're going like that, whereas Flow Rider, yeah,
But that wave is pretty cool because
it looks fun.
there's a section that there's like a thing that raises in the middle to
Yeah.
create an air section too.
Is that what they're ollieing off?
Yeah, it's like you can see it. It's this like little patch on some of the other, when the general public is riding it, and it just raises, and what it does is just kicks the wave up in the middle right there, so you can.
It's like a curb cut.
Yeah, it's like a curb. It's pretty sick.
Shane Bachan, would you like the Monday M.A.S.S to
Yes.
broadcast from Waikai?
Shane, please, for the love of God.
Lastly, in surf news, Italo Ferreira is in Stab on the Dark. It's pretty sick. And for more reasons than you might think, I feel like Italo is becoming even more of an interesting person through his interviews. Some of the stuff he says is radical. Just about competition, about
Like in a radical in a good way, or just like whoa.
both.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you had just come out and started saying some of the things that he says, you'd be like, bro, come on. But he already won a title. We know how good he is. And it's kind of this fun, like, rivalry, confidence thing. And obviously he's ripping on these boards.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely worth a watch. Check that out. All right. We're
All right.
going to try to get to our guest here.
Skateboard news.
Skate news.
Skate news. Okay,
Skate
skate
news.
news is
Skate
brought to you
news.
by Beneath Apparel, BN3TH. Strap some on your junk.
Whoa.
We have a guest. A new movie dropped on Friday night, and it's pretty insane in this part of skating. It's quad skating. It's
Quad skating.
what people would like refer to as roller skating, but it's a group of women, and it's the gnarliest skate edit I've seen in a long time. It's called Fast Forward by Lazo Party, and there's Lazo. Excuse me.
I'm calling one of the skaters in
We're
this
gonna
video.
get the person that answers the phone is the one that hill bombed
attempting a call
backwards.
Nemo. We're calling Nemo
In SF, and we hope she answers.
I'm gonna keep calling until she answers.
What are you doing? You're trying to
calling?
FaceTime?
No, I'm calling on Instagram. I don't know. I didn't
Why
feel.
would you call on Instagram? Did she give you her number?
No, I didn't feel like. I didn't think like asking her for her phone number.
Wow,
was,
you blew it. You're kind of blowing it because no one answers their Instagram call.
All right. I'm just gonna say, can I get your number?
Oh my God, you lined up a guest and you were gonna call them on the Instagram telephone.
Well, that's what I was just trying to be cool. Like, you don't have to give me your phone number. I'm some
what?
random
Like she's
dude.
popping back, dude.
Oh,
straight away.
Okay.
We could get this guest going.
Yes, this is gonna be sweet. Oh, here we go.
Boom.
Okay, calling.
Okay, we're gonna get a guest here.
Okay, finally.
This is the way it
Thanks,
works.
Chris, for getting this awesome
There we go.
guest.
I can't wait to hear about this reverse hill bomb.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello and welcome. This is the Monday M.A.S.S. You got Chris and Todd here, and we're still blown away. We're in awe. We're shocked. We're hyped. Lazo Party's Fast Forward video completely caught us by surprise and blew our mind.
Not me, dude.
Oh, well, Todd, obviously.
My daughter is a full. She's way into quad skating, and she worships you guys. And it's this was like I was telling Chris, like there's some pretty impactful like skate movies when we grew up, like like Plan B's Questionable Video. Like this is literally, I'm watching my daughter experience that video for her generation, and you guys fucking killed it.
Yes,
it's insane.
This is Nemo. Nemo, help us out with your last name so I don't sound like an idiot.
So it's I guess the American pronunciation of it would be DeBevoise.
Nemo DeBevoise. What? And then the other one's what? DeBevoise.
Yes, exactly.
Well, we're international here.
We can handle it.
So Nemo, so this video literally just came out a couple days ago. Todd and we've had Estrogen on the show, and as Todd just mentioned, his daughter's super into, you're calling it quad skating?
It's called quad skating.
Quad skating, yeah. All right. So we kind of knew that this scene was happening, but you tell us, how did it go from, you guys rolling down the street, roller skating, to this, which is out of this world. I mean, something that a lot of us have never seen.
It's fucking gnarly.
It's the gnarliest.
Fucking gnarly.
So, I mean, I started skating in the beginning of the pandemic, and I think that the majority of roller skaters it picked up really big at the beginning of the pandemic. I don't want to discredit my fellow teammates, though. Like Barbie, Michelle, and Carly have all been like intense street skating for a long time. But I think with the pandemic and the lack of facilities and the lack of ability to get exercise, people really took to going outside and going to skate parks. And I originally was a street skater or a skate park skater. But then I moved to San Francisco, and with that, I just started skating with skateboarders all the time. I was dating a skateboarder, and I think a lot of it has to do with a tie to skate culture in general and our appreciation for it. But I just think that the gnarliness came from the pandemic and the people not having the ability to go into places and get exercise.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like you said, shout out the whole team. This was a collective, and every single skater in this video brought something unique and just really cool to the table. And when I saw, I guess I saw your hill bomb on like girls who skate, kind of more of like a random just user generated type of thing, and I went down that wormhole and found you and the crew and then eventually the video. So I have to ask you, how do you go from skating around the parks to skating around the streets to probably doing, in our estimation, one of the heaviest thing that's ever been done on wheels?
Yeah, and like it was not
Backwards.
not smooth.
Backwards.
Dude. Like the
opening,
wobbles
yeah,
were real.
the opening hill bomb was heavy, and then the last hill bomb you did, I had to like pause it halfway through and take a couple deep breaths. But you tell us, like, how do you work your way up to do that? How did you? I mean, how do you like? I would never in a million years do this for $1 million, and you made it look. I'm not gonna say you made it look easy because it was so gnarly, but how do you get to the place to do something like that?
So I've always been kind of like the adrenaline junkie of them all. Like I'm always trying to get some kind of adrenaline rush. I would say the entire time I've been skating, I've always really enjoyed doing like the big things. Like a lot of like you said earlier about how everyone brings something to the table. I think that that's something that I always have brought to the table is doing the big things that no one wants to do, just because it makes me feel really alive, and that's what I love about it. But I think obviously I started off when I got to San Francisco. The hill bombing culture is so big.
Mm-hmm.
I started off doing smaller hills, and the push for more intensity, and also just like always trying to one up myself has gotten me to do that. And originally we got to the spot, like the first hill bomb um, in my part, we went to that spot, and I jokingly looked over the fence up there and at the hill, and I was like, oh, that would be so funny if I did that. And Eric Bragg and Dave Huang and like Matt Fuchs, who all were like doing photos and filming for the trip, they all kind of like laughed at me, and they're just like, you're so stupid. Like no one would do that.
Yeah.
And then I think that's also something when someone tells me I'm not going to do something, I have, no matter what it is in my life, if someone's like, you're not going to do that, it makes me want to do it, even if I don't succeed. But yeah, I mean, I think Eric, he was at the bottom, and like Sammy Baca was at the bottom spotting, but Eric was filming at the bottom, and he didn't think that I was actually going to do it first try.
That was first.
so
Yeah, that
try.
was first fucking
Oh,
try,
shit.
dude.
He wasn't filming until like halfway down the hill. So that's why at the bottom you only really see me coming out yelling shit.
Right.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no, it took me a few tries to 180 the stair set because I was just so scared. And then once I got to the hill, I don't even know. I don't know if you've ever seen that hill in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
my
no
wife
joke.
used to live on that hill, and I was screaming for her. I'm like, come into the living room, get in here. And she sat down and we rewatched the video together, and she was just telling me about that zone, and it's heavy. And I want to ask, so is it called fakie, or like what's the terminology for riding backwards, and is that something that you're just more comfortable with? Like why?
Yeah, that's what my daughter said. She said it's like more, you can control it easier, right? Like going backwards. Like there's no fucking way you would go straight on down that thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's called fakie, and I would say that the reason I am more comfortable with it is one, that specific hill was so big and so steep, and I don't think it's been paved. I don't even know when the last time they paved that hill.
Dude, it's like a dirt road. It's so
1946.
fucked up.
Yeah, so it hasn't been paved for a long time. There's like glass all over it. The entire time I was going down the hill, I was like having to do little tiny bunny hops over cracks that were just so big.
Oh my god.
And when you go fakie, it definitely gives you more access to your brakes. And I basically wanted to prepare for the fact that I was going through a really busy intersection. So if I needed to try to brake, I could do that. But I don't even think, because I was trying to slow myself down at points in it, and I couldn't even slow myself down. But also when I go fakie, it gives me the opportunity that if I am going to fall, I'm not going to fall on my face and like scorpion. I would much rather be able to turn really fast and hit my hip.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
And
I hope I'm
instead of
never
that.
in that position.
Yeah, I mean, it's I just growing up and like skating. We had there was the guy that lived in Colorado for a little bit. Was from North Carolina, Brian Wainwright, and he was like he was a really good vert skater, but he was also like the first person I ever saw on quad skates like fuck up a vert ramp, and it was like I still like haven't gotten over that, and I'm so stoked to like see this happening again, you know, and it's like you guys are like running with this and it's getting so much support from freaking Tony Hawk to like all these other skaters that like appreciate how gnarly it is, you know, and it's like it's inspiring this whole new generation of kids.
Yeah. How
It's-
did that crew come together? Because it looks like Voltron. Everyone's got this unique look and set of skills, and it's like you couldn't a script writer couldn't have come up with this cast of characters. How did you guys all meet? How did you get together to get this video done?
Yeah, so I met Michelle, I want to say in 2021. And she was kind of like the pioneer of Lazo, along with Ed Moncada and some other people. But she was the one who called me up and was just like, "Do you want to be a part of something and be able to travel?" And at this point, I was still mostly skating parks, but I had just like done the Dolores 10 stair, and she was just like, "I feel like you do really well." And it's just, I don't know, it's just been like for example, Barbie, she's been street skating for like, oh, I don't even know, like I want to say almost 10 years. Same with Carly. Long time. So those two were like, they've also been kind of like the pioneers of the roller skating street scene. And then I kind of just showed up in Las Vegas, which was our first trip. And I was meeting a lot of the people on the team for the first time. And even though we'd been like following each other on Instagram, but I think it was just finding people that were dedicated to skating, finding people that loved street skating, and finding the people that loved to just like be as buck and gnarly as possible. I think that's what were the driving forces in the process of selecting the people on the team.
yeah.
Hell yes. Well, hey, congrats again. I I can't overstate just like you guys changed shit. You really did.
Yeah.
And now that this like is out in the world, I just see a limitless future for you and for this crew. And I think you got a lot of people shook
Yeah.
and excited about roller skating with what you did in your part and with what the collective did as a team.
And it's just rad too because like I feel like, you know, there's Instagram clips, but like for a parent of someone that's as into this as I was into skating when I was coming up, like just to have this so they can see it and see new tricks, like it's this video is going to fucking change kids. And I think that's like, you know, you guys should just like revel on that for a little bit because there's not too many people that can claim to
This
like
is a moment.
this is a
We're
moment.
in a
You're
moment.
changing the direction of something, which is fucking
Yeah, I mean,
sick.
it feels really special to be a part of something that kind of feels like some of the first in the history, and also for what it's going to do for the future. Like we're going, I leave in the end of May with all of my teammates. We're going to Italy and Spain for another skate trip. So
Hell yes.
there's a lot to look forward to. We have like a whole nother video that's hopefully going to come out in the next year or so. So it feels really awesome to be a part of it.
Well, hey,
Nemo,
before you
you're the
go,
best.
what's the craziest repost you've seen of that hill bomb so far?
Like
Yeah.
you mean where you guys saw it from?
Yeah.
I mean, besides us
Um,
reposting
Yeah.
it,
Like
who
besides
else
us, like
cool?
what have you seen like the craziest person has reposted it?
Honestly, I think the funniest one to me, I don't know if you know the Instagram account called It's the Bay, but
Mm-mm.
it's like all these, it's kind of like in New York, we have a page where it just reposts crazy things happening around the city. And I don't know if you guys have seen that video of the guy that just was bombing a hill in SF and got absolutely smoked by the Prius.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
But that Instagram account reposted the video, and I thought that was pretty hilarious.
I could
Because I'm
see like
following it.
Yeah, we're gonna see. I'm sure we'll see a lot more.
It's gonna be everywhere in like the
repostage.
next 3 or 4
coming.
days. It's gonna be freaking everywhere.
Well, Nemo, thank you so much for taking the time, and I would tell you like be careful, but I don't
Fuck
think
that.
that's not gonna do anything. All right, well, hey, we're huge fans over here. Can't wait to see what you guys do next. Congrats again.
Thank you guys so much.
You're welcome.
course.
See ya. That was rad.
That might have been our best guest ever.
That was fucking rad.
Nemo.
If you haven't seen it, please, you can go to my Instagram account or Chris's Instagram account or
This
Monday
account,
M.A.S.S Instagram
we're putting it
account.
everywhere.
But it is the gnarliest reverse hill bomb.
Everything in the video is so gnarly.
And the slams,
the slams are
the
hectic.
slams are like brutal.
So you've got. Let me just
give
let
the
me
names.
give some credit here. We've got Estrogen, who we love. We've known her for a long time. We got Barbie, Arganaraz, Nemo, who we just talked to, Carly Craig, Allison Tong, Taryn T. Sachs, Frank, Sylvia. This team has some hard to pronounce names, but I love it. Cambordis, Megan Schaefer, Ivy Wool, Danita, Maldonado Acevedo, and Luz Allen. It was directed by Eric Bragg and edited by Shrimp Daddy. I already messaged Eric Bragg. This guy's the limit. And I said, dude, thank you. This is insane. So if you haven't seen it yet, you got to watch it. Watch it at least twice to really let it soak in. Whew. Coming down. I feel adrenaline after talking to her.
There you go.
That was cool. Anyway, so X Games was also going on this weekend. So
what?
you've got
what? Oh wait, what?
You've got the gnarliest shit happening ever on YouTube with this Lazo skate video, and then you've got other skateboarding happening, which was nice. There was great skateboarding at X Games. That's what I will say. X Games skaters performed at a very high level, and I think it was a pretty clean production. There wasn't a lot of extra shit happening like X Games snow. It was more skate
stripped down.
Yeah, which I liked, and I have results. Do you want to know the results?
Yeah, so men's vert comp, Eddie Frenchy Damastoy won, coming out of France. Tom Shar, the return of Tom Shar, who was on one.
He's been on
alley-oop, tail grab, backside disasters at lightning speed, and Jimmy Wilkins rounding out the top three, which is weird to see Jimmy Wilkins in third place.
But it's awesome to see Vert back in the spotlight.
Dude. Okay, so men's street, probably one of the basically a baby one men's street.
13-year-old?
13-year-old.
Jinwoo from Japan, 13-year-old.
Dude,
you know who Jinwoo is? Little kid, high socks, tight kind of pants,
kind of like sock pants,
like a kid going to soccer practice. And look, that's the kid's outfit. Whatever.
At what point do
gnarly.
socks become pants?
I feel like this kid is so gnarly that he can wear anything he wants. And there was some critique on the commentary, which was more geared towards the kid's socks than some of the tricks, like a double flip front board down a 15 stair rail. Just think about that. A double flip front board down a 15 stair rail.
Switch heel front board, kick flip front blunt, kick flip out.
This shit was crazy.
There was like what was the last rail trick? It was like It's like a
it was a
270 to fucking late shove off of the. I can't
Yeah.
remember what the fuck happened.
it was
But there
some
was
of the
no mistakes.
gnarliest.
Feet were in the right spots the entire time. Unbelievable skating.
Yeah.
Also, big shout out to Jamie Foy, who put on an absolute destructor
Yep.
demo.
Calvin Hoffler did Hoffler things. Braden Hoban from Encinitas just knocked off the podium by Jamie Foy. That was fun to watch. I liked the course. Again, pretty. There was cool elements like Japanese style things on the course,
Mhm.
but it wasn't overboard.
Yeah.
It was sweet. Women's Street, Raisa, of course. No one's going to beat her for a long time. Mama G was amazing. And a newcomer, Akana Rizu. So, again, for the women,
Hey, look, Japan
yeah.
is kind of like dominating skate and snow.
Well, last
Like
we were
straight up, like
when we were talking
competitive
about
wise.
when we were talking about X Games Street, we were saying like the men or Street League. It was like, oh, the same dudes. They've been all doing it for a decade. None of these names are going to switch. So it's awesome to see Jinwoo, a new, not a new face because it's been around for
13
a minute. But
years
yeah.
old.
So other happenings: Women's Park, Hiraki, Kokona, Ruby Lily, Fuji Urin. So some new names there. All Japanese skaters. Japanese female skaters own park skating.
And then Keegan Palmer returns to form
Yep.
again in Japan. Last time he won something in Japan was a gold medal,
Yes.
and he won again.
Corey Juno,
Gavin Bacher,
flawless.
top
Flawless.
top three dudes were
I
great.
thought Corey probably should have won, but
Well, if you're rewarding style,
yeah, I mean I reward style, but I thought the whole thing was nice and clean. I was kind of there was a point where there was about 6 skaters in a row, and taking nothing away from how good they are, but they all just looked exactly the same, pretty much the same tricks,
nose grab 540,
and it was like
body
it's
jar,
gnarly.
blah blah blah.
Yeah, but then when you see Corey Juno roll in, even Sorgente, other skaters, you're kind of like, oh, yeah, that's what I like. It was awesome to see. You had Kyle Walker in there. Ashad was in there.
Yeah, there were some people that you wouldn't
Yeah.
normally see, which I think is a great effort by them to kind of to bridge the gap.
And I don't know if the X Games people got the memo. Obviously, they did get a memo because it was very tasteful,
mhm.
and it was entertaining. Some of
What?
that's kind of all I can think of. It was great. I liked it. I liked it.
Let's
I
talk
like X
about
Games.
Omar Hassan.
Oh my
and
gosh.
his 30 years and still grinding,
Dude.
the Omar Hassan documentary.
So I'm 46.
We
and-
want to talk about people who've been slamming harder than you can possibly imagine for 30 years.
Yeah. So I equate it like this. I'm 36, and I'm still skating at a very minimal level. I'm putting in
Omar-
effort, but I'm like
Omar
not
has
skating,
never
skating.
put an effort into getting his arms down before he hits his face.
Omar is so gnarly, and I think he was, for the longest time, he's just kind of right there in the center, like. Since he wasn't a vert guy or street
Well,
guy,
he was
or
like when
park guy,
he
I mean, he's
first
all
came
of
out
it.
with Blockhead, and he was like chrome domes, like he was like part of this crew that came out of like I think it was like Huntington or Long Beach or something like that.
He's a Newport
Whatever.
guy.
So, there was that phase of Omar Hassan, and then there was like the mini ramp phase where Omar was like this is at a time when like Plan B is coming up, Danny Way is coming
Yeah.
up, H Street, the end of the H Street era, and you just kind of get lost. But then, Kelly Belmar's pool gets made up north, and all of a sudden Omar
Cement
Cement
Parks,
Parks,
yeah.
and that's when Omar starts to like really shine. Like he fucked up Kelly Belmar's pool. I mean, and he's, for years and years and years. Then he's landed on his face a lot. I've seen Omar slam on his face probably 5 times in real life, no hands down. I've seen him spit
And
teeth.
get right back up.
Well, sometimes.
Most of the time.
I've seen him spit his front teeth into his
Oh,
hand.
he had one of the worst slams ever at the downtown showdown where he got scalped.
Yeah, he's not afraid.
And I think it's so rad. The best part about it is that through all the changes in skateboarding, he never changed his style. He never changed what he liked to skate. He has his tricks, like his signature tricks. They call his heel flip indie
The frontside air, the heel flip frontside air that he throws at his feet.
Front side.
That's the one I've
that's
seen.
his money grab.
Literally, that is the trick I've
Yeah.
seen him knock his fucking teeth out like multiple times.
And that's a trick that's probably earned Omar Hassan hundreds of thousands of dollars in best trick events,
Madonna's,
as they
he's got
should.
frontside 50-50 to lip slide. He's got lip slide roll-ins.
Don't take it from us.
Yeah.
Watch this. It's on Thrasher magazine.
It's worth it.
30 years and still grinding. He's still ripping.
You can't argue that Omar Hassan isn't one of the gnarliest, and he takes it to the pain
Yeah.
to get the job done, and anyone can appreciate that.
Well, yeah, and to hear his name mentioned alongside, Cardiel and the best of the best all-terrain vehicle skaters is totally warranted. Omar Hassan rules. And speaking of ruling, I'm in on the Skate Across America with Chad Caruso. I watch it with my kids.
How's his feet?
His feet are fucked. But one of the worst things that happened, he said the things he was scared of, like getting chased by dogs, cars, and all that. That's
Yeah.
all. He's totally fine with all that. So the other day he was skating somewhere on day 50 something, and a bug flew in his ear.
What?
And it went super deep into his ear, and he felt it buzzing in his ear.
Oh my god!
So he
dude.
skated with a fly buzz or a bug buzzing in his brain, and went to the Ready Care, and they went in and they filmed this. It was a butterfly, like a full-sized butterfly.
How big are this
flew
motherfucker's
into his
ears,
ear.
dude?
Can you imagine
Yeah, but like
all the shit you got to worry about?
I'm just wondering
The butterfly
how
in your
big
ear.
does an ear canal have to be
He's got
to
normal
let a
sized
butterfly?
ears.
Are you certain? You ever seen a butterfly up close?
Nemo would probably just like eat that butterfly.
Fucking A, dude. Butterfly kisses in
yeah,
on
so
your brain.
If you didn't know, Chad Caruso right now is on day 52 of his cross-country skate to raise awareness for mental health and addiction. He's got merch out now. If you're not following him, you should. It's really cool. It's
Send him some fucking new skin
send him
because
some
his
Band-Aids to cover his
feet are
ears.
just fucked.
Snow news. Snow
Ooh,
news
this is
brought to
some
you by
crazy-
Bachans.
we have some
crazy
drama.
ass
Let's
news.
start. Where do you want to start? High or low?
Let's start with
This is fucked up.
Olympic snowboarder Trevor Jacob.
Trevor Jacob. Trevor
stunt
Jacob was an
gone wrong.
up and coming snowboarder. He used to ride for Forum. He's part of the Forum Youngbloods crew.
So freestyle and racing and all that.
No, this is more like in the beginning. It was more
Okay.
slope style. He could do everything. This is a really talented kid. He did not have that little thing in the back of your head that says "don't." He would always go.
Say your famous quote
What?
about landings.
No, that costs
It's
money.
it's on
But he
Instagram.
cared about landings. He usually made the landings.
Okay.
At any rate, then he went on to, because of that little thing being missing in his head, he went on to do great things in snowboard cross because you have to have a bit of a screw loose
a charger.
to be an ultimate snowboard cross warrior. And
Okay.
Trevor Jacob was that, went to the Olympics for snowboard cross. So, a couple years ago,
Well, but from there, then he became an early YouTuber,
then he became
stunt
a
guy.
YouTuber. He's hopped trains across the country. He has been part of Travis Pastrana's Nitro Circus crew, doing all kinds of crazy stunts with them.
Skydiving,
He's just
doing a lot
not
of crazy stuff.
scared. Like Homeboy is living life on the razor's edge. He has been for a long time, but he has a huge YouTube following. And I don't know if you've heard about this, but if you have, then you'll be familiar with the fact that he bailed out of an airplane a couple years ago, pretended he had engine trouble, and bailed out with a GoPro on the plane, a GoPro on him, and the plane crashed.
And he was wearing a parachute.
He's wearing a parachute. So when that had happened, a lot of people were really skeptical, especially people from the FAA, and also
Those are the
people
people that actually matter.
and
like
also
the
people that
feds.
were like professional pilots saying that he did this, and this, and there's no way that if your plane was dropping, you wouldn't, this throttle and this, whatever, plane shit.
Planes become gliders.
He did all kinds of plane shit that says your plane isn't falling out of the sky. Okay, well, fast forward to now.
He ghost rode the whip.
Well, you don't ghost ride an airplane into the ground,
No,
because
nobody's
that
doing
is a
this.
big no-no with the FAA. It's called felony reckless endangerment, and it carries a giant fine and a price tag of 20 years in prison.
Potentially.
Potentially.
He pleaded guilty to basically. He went back to the crash site and did something to.
No,
make
he
it,
he hired a helicopter to heli the plane out, and
Oh,
then
they-
and then said he didn't know where the plane was,
Oh,
and then tried to
that's bad.
then he tried to dispose of the plane
I'm
piece,
trying. I'm
piece
trying to
by
defend him.
piece.
I'm trying to
This
defend
is
him
all
'cause he's-
public.
Seems like a pretty cool guy.
This the fucked up thing is like I know Trevor.
He's nice.
Like
right?
I know him.
He's got a big
he's
heart.
got a screw loose. He's got a huge heart, but he's like, I don't know. It's like weird because like these kids coming up, and they're talented, and the reason they're talented is because they are like their governor is freaking has a golf tee stuck in it.
He took it a little too far.
A little too far, and
I hope he doesn't go to jail though.
It's not jail, dude. It's fucking prison. There's
Well,
a
I
difference
hope he
between
doesn't go to
going
either
to
one of
jail
those.
and going to prison.
Like it was stupid, and it was probably the worst case clout chase thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty gnarly, and I feel like you don't need to necessarily make an example of him because no one else is going to do this. Well, maybe I'm giving humanity too much credit.
You're giving.
I
him
just
way
don't
too much
think
credit.
anyone else is going to do this, and I think he knows he messed up. I
At
hope
any
he doesn't
rate.
go to prison for it.
It's
I don't
just
know.
it's fucked.
He- like I
the
said.
courts will figure out what's gonna happen, but it's fucked up. It's a fucked up situation.
Yeah.
Moving on to
Let's go to
more
the happier news.
uplifting news. Scotty James, listen, Scotty
Listen, I'm
James,
listening.
our favorite technical half pipe rider, probably the best technical half pipe rider of all time.
And an absolute sweetheart.
He is an absolute sweetheart coming out of Australia. Married his fiancee,
Chloe Stroll.
Chloe Stroll, heiress to the F1 $2 billion F1 fortune.
No.
Scotty,
Aston Martin.
whatever.
Brother
Don't
of Lance Stroll.
fuck it up.
That's advice from Todd
2
Richards.
billion.
He doesn't care about that.
She will buy you. She will sell you. Don't fuck it up, Scotty. Don't
He-
fuck
he-
it up. You
he-
better wear those good luck red mittens in bed. Don't fuck it up, Scotty.
So Scotty James married Chloe Stroll. If you're more familiar with F1 than you are with snowboarding, Chloe Stroll is brother of Lance Stroll, who is a up-and-coming F1 driver for Team Aston Martin.
The
Their
dad
dad-
owns the team.
Yeah, their dad, Lawrence Stroll, they're Canadian, right?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, Canadian family, I believe. He's one of the richest dudes in Canada. So at the wedding, big wedding, big party. Danny Ricciardo was there. Bunch of F1 racers. Were
Not a
there.
lot. Not a
was
lot of. Not a lot of snowboarders.
I take it you are a little butthurt. You didn't get
No,
invited.
you
Todd.
just want to. You want to see what happens when you invite a bunch of snowboarders to a giant wedding in Italy. That's what I'm here for.
Well, maybe he's gonna have another party for his snowboarder.
Like
buddies.
a grubby one. Anyways, congratulations, you guys.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
I think I think Scotty and his new bride are gonna be very happy.
And other
Can I get a pass to F1 Las Vegas, Scotty?
no plus ones. And other snowboarding news.
Something happened to Mammoth.
Yeah, Red Bull just wrapped up their big Red Bull shoot. I'm sure there'll be an edit dropping pretty soon. They took over the whole Chair 4 park area there, and all the who's were there that all ride for Red Bull, and it looks like that's the best part of the mountain to be on, and you can't go there and ride it.
Who? I can't.
But there was like a
I
snake
wasn't
snake
invited.
run that looked insane. That was into a couple tabletops. I hope people can go over there and ride. I want to go in there and ride. It looks like some of the funnest shit ever.
Well, so I mean, Mammoth is you can go. Mammoth's gonna be open,
Till next year.
and our buddy friend Joel Muzzy over here was just there last weekend.
Yeah,
and he said he had a ball.
They canned the
He
mountain.
got super sunburned.
Can the mountain bike program. It's not going to happen because they just can't. There's just no way to move the snow for the mountain bike trail. So I think they're just going to try to stay open with snowboarding all year to next season.
Blake Wall just messaged, turn up the volume on YouTube.
Whatever, Blake.
We're trying.
You turn up the
Man,
volume.
we don't know how to do a podcast. It's only
No.
been
It was you
It's not-
guys are acting like we care.
This is not for you. This is for
This
us.
is for us.
This is the only way Todd and I can hang out,
Mm-hmm.
is if we're getting paid.
Yeah. We're just trying to get out of the house, bro. Just trying to
This
get
is
out
like
of the
our
house.
poker night.
All right, nerd news. I don't have any other snowboard news. It's like I'm fucking sick of snowboarding. Seriously.
You were so hyped on snowboarding.
I
last
was.
Week.
I'm
Last week.
I'm still hyped on it, but it's like
You say you're sick of it
oh,
in general.
and just kind of like it's
How long have you been snowboarding?
a long time.
Like 30 years?
300 years.
320
Yeah.
years?
300.
Since you went to the premiere of Allison
The Wizard of Oz?
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
In 1924.
At any rate, there's snowboard camps are starting this summer. If you're going to the adult camp at Woodward at Copper
Ooh,
over
adult
Memorial,
camp. What's that like?
if you're going to the adult camp at Woodward at Copper over Memorial
Is it
Day,
adults
I
only?
will be there. Yes, adult. You have to be 18.
Singles?
Nerd news
What's it like?
is brought to you
We'll talk
by
about that later.
New Greens. New Greens is all about keeping you healthy. Chris hasn't been sick since '86.
You know, it's sick, apparently, according to Todd Richards, who called me pretty late at night, like 10 at night, screaming into the phone about how awesome the new Zelda is.
Oh, fucking Zelda's cool. I don't. It's just like it's one of those. How do you like my hair?
I like it
Are you guys down? I'm having a poll. Should I fucking cut my hair before next year?
Oh, my God.
Look at this shit, dude. Look at.
You interrupted Zelda talk for haircut
I was
talk?
thinking about. Well, we're gonna have bangs talk. You guys think I should just cut bangs?
I think you should just go full AFI, Devil Lock, Danzig emo style.
Dude, my hair.
Do a hawk flop. Do a one-sided hawk flop.
How is that emo?
Wait, how is your skin and teeth and everything else so nice, and your hair is like a
Like
straw,
a fucking rat's
wet
nest?
straw?
'Cause it's salty, dude.
I mean,
Anyways, back to Zelda talk. If you are,
hey,
I know that
my
you
hair's
have a
actually-
Nintendo.
my hair's better
You
than
have a
Todd's.
Nintendo Switch, right?
somewhere.
You have one.
My kids
That's what
might
your
probably
kid-
lost it.
Anyways, apparently the new Zelda game dropped, and like Zelda's, I guess you can get lost in that for like
Oh, it's an
90 hours.
open world.
Yeah,
So
but you can do everything in it, and there's already people like
everything.
crucifying people in it.
Do you know
You can do
who
everything.
the 60-second man is? The guy at Barstool Sports.
No, what does he do
I like this dude. So he comes on, he yells into the camera. He's like,
for 60 seconds?
today Zelda just dropped today. So he told a story about this guy who beat the new Zelda in like 90 minutes or something, all the way through
The new one?
the brand new one. And then he was saying how that's stupid because this is such a beautiful game. You should be
Oh,
Yeah.
speed runners.
right.
Those dudes. Where they just get a game and they fucking they
Yeah.
just rock through it. Like, what's the point?
To be the
It's
first
kind of like
one.
it's kind of like you're like the hot dog eater of video games.
Yeah. Todd, you want to hear something nerdy?
How many hot dogs can you eat, Chris?
I got a new band going.
What's your name of your band?
It's called Sunbender,
Really?
and the hardest
Best you could do.
the hardest part of forming a band is not writing great songs. That's
What-
easy.
what
It's
is-
coming up with a name.
What does Sunbender mean?
You want to hear it?
Yep.
This is like a live demo kind of
Is
version.
it kind of like a chug chug band?
No, we kind of fluctuate all over the place.
Who sings?
Brandon Parkhurst and I sing together right here.
So what this is kind of is like Cut You Up version 2.
I would say it's a little more
You know when bands
funky.
Okay, funky Cut You Up.
Funky cut you up. We
You
got
know-
Frank Dixon on drums, myself and Brandon. It's gonna be a 3-piece for now.
It's weird
It's
though,
fun.
like when bands have like the members, right? Like the founding members, and they do a new band, and it sounds the same.
Right. Well, it doesn't. This sound to me, and that's just one
I think
of the
Funky
songs
Cut
we
You
have.
Up is better than Sunbender.
Don't.
What is Sunbender?
What is any band name?
I-
Every band name
did
you
you-
come up with.
I had a
is
really
taken.
good one this weekend.
What?
It was like that when I found it.
What kind of? That's a hardcore band.
No, it's not. It could be any band.
Well,
It's
you
the
should
wor-
start a band.
It was like that when I found it, bro.
You ready for questions?
Go. Questions are brought to you by who?
By diecutstickers.com. Diecutstickers.com. You got one right there. Here's the first question. This is actually by the guitar player and singer of Sunbender, Cut You Up, Yovi, etc.
M.A.S.S question. What happens when half of the team after the field gets cut from the championship tour and they go down to the Challenger tour? Does that just overflow the Challenger tour, or do they cut half of the Challengers too?
Thank you, Brandon Parkers. Basically, the guys and girls on the championship tour, regardless of where they're positioned, I think they take precedent, and then you've got qualifiers from last year's Challenger Series as well. So that's why it is extremely hard to get a spot in the Challenger Series events.
Who does the numbers for that? That sounds like a horrible job.
It's not easy.
So many calculators.
It's gnar. It's gnar.
What else you got, Sunbender?
What else we got here? That's not it.
I'm glad you're organized.
A little organized. It's Hunter S. Thompson's birthday today, May 15th, 1936. He was born.
I believe it wasn't Tony Hawk's birthday the other day too. Happy
Tony
belated.
Hawk's birthday. It's a lot of people being born. No, that's not a question. Here we go.
Okay.
Albert Hurtado said, tips to catch a set wave at Stone D Street when all the boys are out there. So tips to catch a set wave at D Street, which is a local beach break here, when all the boys are out. A big smile, casual working into the order, into the line. A stop and chat isn't going to hurt you. Chat to the lineup, casual. Just keep everything casual and low key. Eventually, you're going to work into the flow, and once you work into the flow, boom, you're catching set waves.
I think it's easier if you go out there and you pretend you're insane.
Or that.
There's definitely been people that have paddled out near me on good days that you can tell something is just off, and they're talking to themselves, and they're yelling at themselves. You don't want to be near that
That's
person.
a great point.
So if you just pretend you're insane,
yeah,
no one's going to want to be near you.
Yeah. He's smart. DJ says, Chris and Todd, how do you navigate North County when summer crowds roll in, such as family trips, nights out in the town, driving to the airport, etc.?
I don't.
You stay home.
I stay at home. I stay at home usually, but you just know that once the Del Mar Fair starts, I-5 is fucked.
Right.
On Fridays.
Get an e-bike.
You can't take an e-bike to the airport?
A pedal electric? Yeah, you could. You lock it up right in front.
Really?
I mean, you could.
I challenge you to ride an e-bike to the airport.
Well, I'm just saying the question is around town.
Dude, okay, so this brings me to...
You got to leave 5 minutes to 10 minutes early for everything.
This brings me to a crazy... Okay, so e-bike to the airport. How would you get there? Fucking highway, obviously.
Yeah.
Fastest route. In Colorado last week, there was this video that popped up on I-25 is the road that goes from Colorado Springs up to Fort Collins, through Colorado. Pouring rainstorm.
Yeah.
Some guy is filming out the window of his car, and there's two people on a fucking bird scooter in the middle of the highway in the pouring rain, riding down the center line.
A rented bird?
On the fucking freeway, dude.
On the freeway?
Yes. Not just on the shoulder, one over from where you would exit. They're in traffic on
Was
a bird.
somebody filming them?
Yes.
No, their friend.
No.
They were doing this for fun. They were doing it for transport.
This is crack. Crack will make you do crazy things.
Hannah Lee, if you had a guest role on a Disney Plus Star Wars or Marvel show, which would it be, and what kind of character would you play? Ooh. Do you want me to go?
Yep.
I know you're taking a real deep think on this one.
Go.
I think you can't get better as far as guest roles than something in the Star Wars universe. Probably Mandalorian, because it's kind of silly. It's not super intense. I take that back. I want to be a bad guy on Guardians of the Galaxy.
I want to
get
be
shot by Star-Lord.
Like a creature.
You want to be a creature?
Yeah, get all that makeup. You have to sit in a makeup chair for 4 hours, and then you're just you get a big snout.
I would want to be like a weird-looking alien in a gun battle with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, that's cool too.
Yeah, I'd like what's his name?
Do Do you like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies?
I love the Guardians.
I think
of
they're
the
pretty
Galaxy
good.
movies.
My family hates
Pretty
them.
good.
Hates them.
What's
I
wrong?
think
with
they're
them?
great. I think they're funny. I think Drax is the funniest thing ever.
Oh my gosh! How could you not love Groot?
Dave Bautista.
What do they have
is-
against
is-
Groot?
I don't know. Maybe they don't like plants, dude.
Danny Caputo, what's up, buddy? Not really a question, but doesn't it look like X Games heard Todd's rant? The skate BMX world doesn't look like it's getting punched in the dick by influencers quite as hard.
I don't-
Almost watchable.
There was
Great
definitely
point,
a
Danny.
lack of influencers.
There's a no influencer
Mhm.
zone around X Games now, and I think that's great.
Good.
The skateboarders and the BMXers are the influencers. That's who we want to be influenced by. Okay? We want to be influenced to skate and BMX better.
It was also in Japan, and the budgetary cuts are probably very prohibitive of getting.
X
people there.
Games was great. Did you see any of the Flatland BMX?
Yeah, that was pretty
Oh
cool.
my. Dude,
That was pretty cool. I mean, that
very,
was like that
very
was.
cool.
There was a couple of guys in my high school that like that's what they did.
That
and
was
then
my
we
nickname in high school.
what?
Flatland BMX.
Oh. Anyway, it's cool. Do we have any more questions? It's the world's longest episode.
No.
All right. Well, that does it for us.
Thank you, Nemo.
Yeah, Nemo. Thank you for
Thank you
joining
everyone
us.
for listening. Sorry if it was quiet on YouTube.
All right, quiet.
We're just. It's ASMR.
Listen to the
ASMR.
podcast if you want to find out what the hell we're talking about. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Peace to your outs.